Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Brad and Mira for The Culture, the Other People Show's weekly pop culture digest. I am Brad Listi. I'm the host of this show, and I am joined, as always, by my agitated and alert millennial friend and co-host, Mira Gonzalez, who I should mention flaked last week, which is why there was that was the deal. That's why there was not an episode last week.
It was my fault. Brad will never forgive me.
I think you should issue an apology, Mira.
I refuse. I'm going Roy Cohn. Never apologize.
Mira had a migraine.
I did. I had a migraine so bad that I puked. It was one of like 3 migraines I've had in my life. It was very, very awful.
And it just so happened to happen when we had to record a show.
Just so happened to happen when we had to record a show. So I did it on purpose, is what I'm trying to say.
So I want to know, because we've been through this a few times where you have to bail on an episode. I want listeners to be aware of how I handled it. I feel like I was fairly gentlemanly about it.
You were much more gentlemanly than you've ever been in the past when I've had to flake.
Yeah. Even when you were tending to your dying grandmother.
Yeah, you were like, is she dead yet? Can we podcast yet? Mira, update?
So I'm improving is what you're saying.
Yeah, you're improving. Have you been going to therapy?
No.
Impressive.
So what are we going to learn about today, Mira? What's on the menu?
Well, so today we're going to learn about Brad's experience at AWP, which is very exciting. And then we are going to learn about the president, unfortunately, for a minute. And then we're going to go past it because this is a pop culture podcast. Then we're going to learn about how Rihanna was in danger, but she's okay now. Then we're going to learn about Britney, who is arguably in danger, but is kind of okay. I guess we'll see. And then we're going to talk about Daryl Hannah, John Kennedy, and Carolyn Bessette.
Today's episode is brought to you by Zando, publisher of the novel Black Bag by Luke Kennard, now an official selection of the Otherppl book club. That's my book club. Black Bag is about an out-of-work actor who lands the role of a lifetime, which is to say, sitting quietly in a college classroom, zipped into a large leather bag as part of a psychology experiment. What could possibly go wrong? Black Bag is a warped campus novel. It is funny, it is bold, it is insightful, and it is about identity, love, and the modern age. Unzip your psyche with Black Bag and get 15% off of your copy at bookshop.org. Just use the code LOVEBooksellers, all one word. Again, the novel is called Black Bag by Luke Kennard, available now from Zando.
Wasn't there a Steven Soderbergh movie called Black Bag?
I don't know. Was there?
I don't know. I feel like there was, but I could be wrong. I'm sure Angry Adam will correct me next episode.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Deep Dive, a new learning platform that creates in-depth audio courses for writers. There is a new course available now from Deep Dive. It's called How to Write Literary Collage, taught by David Shields, author of Reality Hunger. You can get a free episode from How to Write Literary Collage delivered to your inbox. Just check it out over at deepdive.audio. Go to the page for How to Write Literary Collage. You can sign up, get a free episode delivered to your inbox. There are other courses as well, including the flagship course, How to Write a Novel, which is more than 50 hours in length. And then there are shorter form courses like How to Get the Reader on Board with Steve Almond and How to Write Autobiographical Fiction with Hannah Pittard. Again, it's called Deep Dive. Stream the courses online or via the Deep Dive app. Check it out at www.deepdive.audio.
Check out Deep Dive.
Speaking of Deep Dive, Mira.
Speaking of Deep Dive.
I had a successful AWP out there.
Successful.
promoting Deep Dive. I had my booth, I had my table, I had my tablecloth, I had my stand-up banners, and it went well, and I survived.
You survived. So did you sell enough Deep Dive courses to make up for the cost of whatever the fuck?
Yeah, I did. And and then some. Like, I'm in the black on the whole trip, which is really all you can ask for.
That's great. That's great news.
Actually, you can ask for more than that, but I'm just glad that I didn't lose money.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, that's all I can ask for. But I did decently well, and I met a lot of people. It was really exhausting being there, like solo, like being the only person at my booth was maybe something that I should have given more thought to.
Yeah, you should have flown me out. I offered.
Well, next year, I think it's in Chicago. And if I do it again, I may well do that.
Next year, I'm probably going to have to go because I'll probably have a book out. So God help me.
Do we have a title yet for this book?
We do. Am I supposed to say it? I don't know. I don't know who listens to this podcast. It's called I Never Said I Wanted to Feel Good.
And then the first book of poetry that you published was called what? I'll Never Be As Beautiful. You like the long title.
I'll never be beautiful enough to make us beautiful together. I mean, like, I don't even love a long title. I've gotten stuck with it. That's it. I was going to give it a short title, and then my publisher suggested that one, and I was like, oh, that's better. Okay.
All right. Well, we eagerly await Mira's next poetry collection, and we eagerly await her reading from her poetry collection right here on Brad and Mira. We're gonna do, I think, the debut, the first time anybody's going to hear a poem from that book. It's got to happen on this show.
I'm shaking my head so vigorously right now. I will quit the podcast.
Which means, in essence, that at recording time, Mira will have to perform for an audience of one. I'll just be sitting here staring at her while she reads aloud.
Honestly, you're going to have a worse time than me, probably.
Maybe I'll read aloud from Mira's poetry collection.
Oh God, that's even worse. That's not good. I'm quitting.
So I will say that the weather in Baltimore, for like somebody from Los Angeles, was notable for the fact that I did not see the sun except for 1 hour on the last day of the book fair.
That sounds lovely.
It was kind of cool. I found it kind of exotic, and it was kind of gloomy and foggy. And
the exotic town of Baltimore, Maryland.
I mean, to me it was. There's cobblestone. It feels like you can see the row houses. It feels like they're, you can kind of imagine like Revolutionary days or something. Old America. It's got some history.
Why would you want to imagine that?
I don't know.
I do like Baltimore, though. It is pretty.
Yeah. So I got there on Tuesday, and AWP didn't even start until Thursday, but you had to set up on Wednesday. I didn't know what it all entailed. I've never done this before. So I flew in on Tuesday, and it kind of takes the whole day to get there because of the time change. So I then went and just started walking. I walked so much. Like, I covered a lot of ground, you can imagine. And I went to this Thai restaurant. Like, when I like Thai restaurants because they always accommodate me, and I know it's going to be, they're all the same, basically.
Yeah, there's some vegetables there, and you can like have a relatively healthy meal. I've had the same experience with Thai food.
Yeah, well, and I'm vegetarian, so it's like, okay, I know I can do my thing at a Thai restaurant. So I didn't know which Thai restaurant to go to, so I just kind of picked one, and then I walked to it, and it was in a neighborhood, I think, called Fells Point or Mount Vernon. I can't remember, but I walked to it, and it was weird because it was kind of rainy. I had my umbrella out, and I finally get to it, and it was really cold that first day. It was like in the 30s.
Oh, Jesus.
And I finally get to it, and I like open the door and walk in, and it's like completely empty. And except like the bartender I planned on sitting at the bar, because I'm by myself. I don't need a table. And the bartender dude was standing there, and like I opened the door, and he was like, "Hi." It's like before I could walk out, like I was like, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to like sit here alone in this restaurant at the bar," and it was fine, But I did that, and then I had to pee before I left because I knew it would be a long walk home, and I had my winter hat, and I kind of had it like pinned in between my body.
Like a beanie?
Yeah, I had a beanie, but I was I was peeing, standing up. I don't sit down to pee, which might surprise you, Mira, but I had the beanie like pinned against my body with my elbow.
Why don't you just have it on your head?
Because I was inside. I had taken it off, and then I grabbed it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. I went into the bathroom. I put the beanie against my body and like held it there with my elbow. And then I was in this. It was only like a toilet. There was not a urinal at this Thai restaurant. And my hat fell into the toilet by accident. And even worse, I fished it out like reflexively.
Wait, had you already peed in the toilet?
Yes.
Why did you do that? Buy a new fucking beanie. You
okay.
Fished out your piss-soaked beanie?
It was pure.
You were in a weird psychological state.
It was pure reflex. It was like, oh, and then I grabbed it and then I'm like holding it with like two fingers. And then I went over to this.
How can reaching your hand into a piss-filled toilet be pure reflex?
No, I didn't my hand didn't go in the water. I just pinched it, and I grabbed it and then I brought it over to the sink and then I would like rinsed it out. So it was soaking wet. And
what
then
the fuck? Did you throw it away?
Not right away.
Oh my God, Brad.
Yeah, it was like I didn't know what I was doing. I was so flustered. I like put it in my pocket.
You put the soaking wet hat, the piss hat, in your pocket?
Yeah, and then I walked all the way home in like a misty, cold, like Baltimore, like foggy Baltimore night along the waterfront, which took me like an hour. And I was worried that I was going to get like a cold.
Yeah, with your fucking piss hat in your pocket? What the fuck? I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked.
Yeah, so that was night one. And then I got back.
Wait, did you wear the hat again?
No.
Oh, thank God. Jesus fucking Christ. Did you throw it away? What did you do with the hat?
I just put it in my hotel room.
You let the maids deal with it?
No, I actually let it dry out and then I brought it home and washed it. I like it.
You still have it?
I like it a lot. It's a good hat.
What kind of beanie? I'm going to buy you a new one of this exact beanie. What kind of beanie is it?
I have no idea why I'm clinging to this beanie.
That's psychotic. I'll fucking crochet you a beanie from scratch. Like, what?
I think I have a weird head, and I always feel very self-conscious about hats. Like,
it's a beanie.
Yeah, I know, but they don't all fit me right, and this one did. So anyway, I got up the next morning, and the first thing I did was I walked back into Baltimore because like you couldn't start setting up until noon. So I sort of had the morning, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go get a new beanie because I'm freezing and I don't want to get sick. And so I walked to a Patagonia store because I was like, okay, Patagonia store is going to have beanies. And they didn't have beanies. Like they had like 4 and like none of them fit me or were the right color. And
you need to go to like Nordstrom or something.
There's not a Nordstrom in Baltimore. I don't know where anything is. So I'm like,
there's not a Nordstrom in Baltimore. You're saying all kinds of crazy shit right now.
All right. So I talked to the lady at the Patagonia, store, the one at the, she was at the cash register and I was like, where do I go? I couldn't find a beanie. You guys have a poor selection. And she's like, go to this surf shop, around the corner. And I think they have beanies. And I was like, why are there surf shops in Baltimore?
Why do they sell beanies?
This doesn't make any sense. But I went there and sure enough, I found like a perfectly suitable replacement beanie.
But you still kept the piss one.
Oh, that was just like, it was just sitting in my hotel room, just drying out.
You brought it home and you washed it.
You got to realize I thoroughly rinsed it. It was like,
I believe you. It's just that like once a beanie falls into the toilet, I really think it's time to say goodbye to the beanie. I think that beanie's lifespan is done.
It's an error in judgment. I should have thrown it away immediately, is what I should.
Immediately.
I
like, it's like nice of you to fish it out of the toilet, but like at that point, it's like, okay, I just need to take this fucking thing and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah. So, and I had like, I was staying, as most people at the conference were, like near the conference center, just because it's walkable. And it was not a nice neighborhood. It had some charms. It's not far from Camden Yards, the baseball stadium, and it's near like the University of Maryland Medical campus or something. Like there's stuff there. It's not completely blighted, but
it's not like Potomac or something, is it?
There's just junkies outside of my hotel. Okay. Like I got up early in the morning and went outside and like there's just some dude like wrestling with like a no parking sign, like literally like fighting it, like that.
I get that, dude. Sometimes I feel like fighting no parking signs.
Yeah. Honestly, it kind of reminded me of LA. I felt like I was at home. But the other thing I had to make note of was the fact that people were not super friendly at the hotel.
They were sick of all these fucking writers.
Yeah, the Lyft drivers that I had. I don't know if it was because I was in like a really hyper social mode, like for me or something, but like or if I'm just like a friendly person. But I was trying to like make eye contact and say hello and how you doing? And the people at my hotel, like the behind the desk, were just like, whatever, like kind of confirmed.
They were tired.
Yeah, it just confirmed to me my theory that the staff at a hotel and at a restaurant, they generally hate your guts. They don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
They're exhausted. They're underpaid. They don't want to clean up your bullshit. And
they want tips. That's what they want.
I left the, I had to go find cash in my wallet as I was leaving, but I left the housekeeper $40 and like a full bag of Hershey's Kisses.
Good. That's good. I always try to leave the housekeeping some cash. It's important. But I've worked been a sales associate many times, and the only time where I gave any amount of shit about my customers was when I worked in a weed dispensary.
That's where you felt like a human connection.
Was where I felt that I like a human connection, and that I was knowledgeable, and that like I could actually have customers leave with like their life like a little bit better than before. Whereas like working at like, I don't know, like a clothing store, it's just not like that. Yeah.
And I just feel like it's just so gross. Hotels are gross. People are gross. I also kept
Writers are gross.
Yeah, I kept my room very clean. And I went to Whole Foods when I got there because I forgot. I like to bring essential oils to sort of like, because they smell weird. And I'm just grossed out. And I feel like you can never open a fucking window in a hotel room.
Yeah, it's because they think you're going to commit suicide.
Well, you know what? I'm going to if you don't let me get some fresh air in this fucking room.
Look, I'm going to either way, so
yeah.
I'm going to figure it out whether they want me to or not.
So I get essential oils. My room is smelling. It has like a nice effervescent lemony scent. And then I made sure to keep it clean so that it would be easy to tidy up.
Yeah, that's important. Put all your trash in the trash cans. Tie the bag if you can.
Yeah, just help out a little bit. Because I just feel like people go to these hotels and just like they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna just trash it.
Not my house.
I'm gonna eat in bed, like all that kind of stuff. Ugh, gross.
I mean, where do you eat if not in bed though?
I don't eat no way. I'm not eating in a room like that. I'm going out to a restaurant.
You got some weird issues, man.
What? Well, I mean, like first of all, room service food. Who's making it? How much do they resent you? They don't want to bring you food in some weird like metal thing, and they, it's like
it's just like a restaurant downstairs.
Yeah, but it's not no restaurant I would eat at. I'm not into it. So anyway, I lost a beanie. I got to see some Baltimore. I'm actually glad that I went in early and got to actually spend some time just walking around and getting a lay of the land. I saw the last bar where Edgar Allan Poe was seen alive.
Oh, wow. Is he buried in Baltimore?
I don't think did they ever find him? Yeah, he's buried in Baltimore. You can go to his house. I didn't do that. But
did they ever find him? Wait, what do you mean?
I think he died in the street, right?
Oh, did he? Damn, I didn't know that. I don't really know anything about Edgar Allan Poe.
I mean, yeah, I only know a little bit. But the last bar that he had, he went to before he died was called The Horse You Rode In On.
Huh. The Horse You Rode In On. I like that name for a bar. It's kind of like, I have a good joke. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
So a horse walks into the bar. Wait, I fucked up the joke already. John Kerry walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Why the long face?"
He does have a long face.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice, but there's like cobblestone streets. You've been to Baltimore. There's like the row houses, the water. I can see the charms.
Tyler lived there before I got him to move to LA.
What part of town did he live in?
I want to say Mount Vernon.
Yeah, that seems right.
Something like that.
It's charming. It's a charming part of town.
Yeah, it's cute. I remember it being cute.
So then the conference started on Thursday, and I had it in my head that like the book fair was from like 10 or 11 in the morning until 5 or 6 at night. And
no, it doesn't go that long, does it?
No, it's actually 9 to 5.
Oh, well, that's reasonable. Kind of.
All 3 days, 9 to 5, and I was by myself.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
And so I had gotten all set up. My booth, I thought, looked like defensively professional. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't stand out for being shoddy. Like I got the right tablecloth. My banners looked good. It looked like a booth, which I was very proud of. And I got everything through through the airport, and it made it there. I had to check these banners. Like I had to kind of bungee cord them together. And by the way, my suitcase was like 17 pounds overweight. I had to pay like $200 to get my bags on this plane. It was such bullshit, but going and coming.
Well, because your like tablecloth was heavy?
I mean, it was just so much stuff, like all the flyers and I don't know, like shit is just heavy. You know what I'm saying? Winter, like warmer clothes are heavy. They sort of like set it up so that it's easy for you to go over. I feel like 50 pounds is too low, but
yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I feel like everything they do at airports is wrong.
Yeah, it pisses me off, but I got everything there, and I feel like it looked good, but then it was like, oh my God, I've got to be here from 9 to 5 by myself every day. And
how did you like eat?
Oh, I didn't eat.
You're insane.
But I would get up in the morning. The thing too is that like my entire AWP experience, like during the actual AWP, was designed around not wanting to have to poop at the convention center. Just 'cause it's so gross. There's so many people in this convention center, and all I could think was like, okay, everybody's getting up early. They're getting here at 9 o'clock in the morning.
They're all shitting.
They're all pooping in this convention center.
Everybody's shitting. And everyone at AWP be shitting.
By the way, the times I went in there to pee like a couple of times, and it was disgusting. It was like, okay, this is vile. I'm not doing
Writers are disgusting.
Yeah. I'm like, what do people, you got to get your stuff together. So I would get up at 5:30 and I would go to the hotel gym. I did a full workout, and I was on the elliptical, and then I was doing a weight workout. It actually had a really nice gym, this hotel.
It's like American Psycho over here. Did you do like a fucking face mask too?
No, I did not do a face mask, but I did get up. I got up early, and it's funny that you say face mask because there was an older woman. She had like short hair. She seemed very like AWP, but she and I were like the dawn patrol in the gym. She was in there with me like every time I went in, and she wore like a COVID mask in the gym.
Smart.
And I didn't. It was actually like it was in this old bank building, my hotel was. So the ceilings were like really high. Like the gym had like 30-foot vaulted ceilings. It was cool. And usually hotel gyms suck. You're in some like basement room or something. But
look, I can't say I've ever seen one. I've never had the urge to work out at a hotel in my entire life.
But it was good for me because like my time zone was all off. And I had to be like forward facing. I had to talk to people all day long. I'm way better at that sort of thing when I've exercised first thing in the morning. And then I've had like, I brought like a bunch of avocados. I brought like tangerines. I brought all this shit from my local farmer's market.
From home?
Yeah. I packed it. That's probably why my suitcase was so heavy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And like I'm imagining what my like housekeeper person at the hotel must have thought of me because there were all these avocados in my room. But the reason is that I'm vegetarian, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually, because I usually don't eat until the afternoon on a normal day. But I was like, I got to eat something before I go in because I'm not going to eat all day, and I don't want to eat garbage because that'll just make me feel bad. So I would have like tangerines and avocados. It's a long story. It's so, I'm a mess. But
what is with like health obsessed men in their like 40s to 50s who love eating tangerines? I swear to fucking God, all of you people, you're leaving tangerine fucking peels all over the place. My stepdad's fucking van was just covered in tangerine peels, like just all over the fucking floor.
I think Chuck and I are enlightened to the fact that Satsuma tangerine season in California is a holy time.
I mean, they are really, really good. It's true.
They're one of nature's miracles because they're so easy to peel. And it's from Christmas until about now. They're about to shut down. Like they're about to be out of season, which is always a sad moment. But I love them. And I love avocados too because
I love avocados.
They're like self-contained and they're really filling. But what I've learned is that they're way better when they're fresh off the tree, obviously, than when you get them at the store because they refrigerate them.
Yeah.
Before they
fuck them up.
They fuck them up. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go to some grocery store in Baltimore to get a bunch of avocados that have been in a refrigerator for 2 weeks. I'm gonna just bring myself I'm just going to bring avocados because they're filling too. That's the thing people don't realize about avocados is that like you eat one avocado, you're good. Like it's
avocado on a handful of almonds.
That's it. That's all you need. And so I just made like a decision to pack avocados. And I feel like people are going to think I'm insane, but that's what I would do.
If they've listened to the podcast up to this point, they know.
And I bring my own French press because I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I think coffee smells bad. I'm not going to be talking to people all day after drinking coffee. I think that's just unprofessional.
So why'd you bring a French press?
Because I drink yerba mate. And
that requires a French press?
Yeah, it's loose. I get it by the kilo from South America.
You don't put in like a tea bag kind of thing?
No.
Huh.
I like it loose. It's stronger that way. So,
oh.
And my wife will tell you, Carrie will tell you that I'm crazy. I'll bring that thing with me everywhere. Like, I just like having my own yerba because I know I'm going to be awake if I drink that stuff.
You're packing like a touring musician.
I'm telling you. I just know how to operate. And so I would get up, go to the gym, work out. Then I would go for like a brisk walk around the neighborhood in the cold to kind of wake myself up. And then I would come back and then just have some tea and a moment. And then I would shower and then I would go to the festival.
The festival.
Or the book fair.
It is quite a festival.
It's like Mardi Gras. Let's be real.
It's like the Coachella of books.
It's just, and I mean, this Baltimore Convention Center is sort of like brutalist and sci-fi, like with these big, vaulted ceilings and fluorescent lights and this kind of like, I don't know. Did you see pictures? It was kind of like made of concrete and there was like this grid-like arrangement of columns and
I like that.
I mean, in the ceiling, it was kind of looked like a waffle, but it was a strange place to be in for 3 straight days from 9 to 5.
Like no windows, right?
No. And,
no sunlight.
No sunlight at all. Like no skylights, like nothing. It's just so inhuman. And I got really stressed out about what to wear. I think we talked a little bit about this. Or we were going to before you flaked last week with your quote unquote migraine.
You'll never forgive me.
Yeah. I was very concerned about how to be forward facing in like a professional mode. I didn't just want to wear like athleisure wear. I don't think that would have been appropriate.
You're at a writer's conference. You could wear like tattered rags and people would just be like, oh, he must be very famous.
But I want to sell courses, Mira. I'm trying to sell. I got to be closing.
You might be better off wearing like a really fucked up looking outfit, like a fucking fucked up hoodie or whatever. They'll be like, this guy is so smart that he doesn't know how to dress.
Well, it's not like I was wearing a blazer or something. I got these like long sleeve polos, just like 2 buttons here and then like long sleeve and then some pants and some shoes.
Seems reasonable. It's good you wore shoes.
I did wear shoes, like brown shoes.
And pants.
Yeah. But I found pants that fit. I found shirts that fit. I only really wear black and navy blue and gray. Like I'm not going to wear
neutral.
I'm not going to wear like a white shirt or some green thing. Like it's just not me.
Some green thing.
But I essentially found something that fit and that worked. And I didn't have time to sort of go explore more, nor was I inclined. So I just bought like multiples of everything. And
yes.
That was fine because it worked and I felt comfortable. Like I have to feel comfortable. I don't want to wear something where I feel weird. And then though I got there and for some reason it dawned on me that like if you wear the same thing every day, people around you might think that you're just wearing the same exact clothes.
Yeah, you're like doing the thing that like Princess Diana did with paparazzi where she would wear the same outfit over and over again so that their photos were not worth anything.
Yeah, then I got self-conscious and I found myself on like day 3, like voluntarily walking up to my little neighbors at the book fair and just being like, just so you know, I bought multiple shirts. Like I'm not wearing the same clothes every day.
They were like, who are you? Yeah. I don't even like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Everybody was like, I didn't even notice. I don't know why you're telling me this. No one cares what I'm wearing. But I was for some reason worried that people were going to think like Brad Listi only brought one outfit to AWP.
Again, like it's a writer's conference. Nobody's even looking at what you're wearing.
I just wanted to look like I always want to blend in. I don't want to stand out because I'm too dressed up. I don't want to stand out because I'm too informal. I felt like I nailed it. I don't feel like anybody cared. Like I think I just blended right in, which is what you want. And
not me. I have the opposite goal with fashion. I want people to be like, who is that fucking freak and what is she wearing?
That's my nightmare, to have that kind of attention on me for what I'm wearing.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. So I just wore my like little uniform every day, and I couldn't leave my booth. I bought an iPad, which has subsequently been returned. Like, just fuck you. What's his name? What's the guy who runs Apple?
Tim Apple.
Tim Apple. Yeah. Fuck you, dude. So I bought like a brand new one, used it at the conference, and then returned it.
Nice.
And but I couldn't, like, especially couldn't leave because I didn't want somebody to swipe an iPad. It could be easy to just grab. Not that anyone would, but you know.
It's crazy that you like couldn't leave your booth. How did you like piss?
One day I did not pee the whole day.
How did you pee on the other days?
I would have somebody like watch, you know, like I have a lot of friends who were there, and I just like ask somebody to keep an eye on it. But the truth, I mean, like and I'll say this, like the first hour or hour and a half was slow usually. Like not many people are getting there at 9 a.m. But then once the day got going, and like the second day was the busiest for me. The second day it started right at 9. And it wasn't that I was swarmed. Like there wasn't like a group outside of my booth. There was just like a nonstop stream of people coming up. And you're just having a lot of the same conversations over and over again.
They were all like, Mira is the best host of the podcast, and why don't you have her on every single episode? I mean, we miss Mira. Where was she this week? What the fuck, Brad? Every single one, over and over and over again.
It was a lot. I did get some of that. I did get some people asking about you, and people asking about Deep Dive, like, what the fuck is this? And, you know, talking with me about the podcast. And it was nice. It was nice. I got to meet a lot of people that I've talked with on the show, like in person. You know, I met a lot of people that I've had on the show, but I've only talked with remotely. I met a lot of listeners who came up to me and said hello, including a guy from Kenya.
Wow. Shout out that guy.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I forget the guy's name. I should remember it, but he was just like, yeah, you know, I was in Nairobi and I found your show and I've been listening for years, and now I'm getting my MFA at Notre Dame. And I was like, damn, I think like I'm a global media star.
Yeah, we're worldwide. You're a global media sensation.
Yeah, people are like coming from Africa, like to say hello. I was just like, I was actually very touched by that. I was like, it's wild that the technology works like that. Like you send it out into the world, you have no idea who's actually listening. You know that people are.
Yeah, it's true.
But to actually like be like, yeah, this little weird show made its way around the globe and found somebody in Nairobi is, I find that very like heartwarming. So
you're like the Mark Maron of Africa. I love you over there.
I'm like, what was that documentary about that musician from Detroit who only had like he was like famous in South Africa and didn't even know it until he was like almost dead?
No, I don't know.
It was like his name was like Sugar. Remember that documentary, Searching for Sugar Man?
Oh yeah. I did see that.
I'm the Sugar Man of literary podcasting. I'm huge in Nairobi. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. And I actually had a lot of fun talking with people. I thought maybe it would be too much, but it was actually quite lovely. And I met a really cool baby.
You met a baby?
Yeah, I'll say this. There were a lot more service dogs than I was anticipating at AWP, and there were a lot more young children. I guess I didn't expect to see any, but people had booths and they just like brought their babies. In fact, the people who are publishing Mira's next poetry collection, the Clash Books people, they had like a toddler, and then
he's cute, he's adorable.
Yeah, and then it was the Hughes House booth. There's like this literary organization called Hughes House, and this really lovely couple, Josh Boardman and then Darina. It's like Sikmashvili. I'm going to screw up that pronunciation, but they have like a tiny, tiny little baby named Theo.
Oh my goodness. Oh, is that photo? I saw a photo of you with the baby and I was like, whose baby did you steal? Where did this baby come from?
Yeah, like we were kind of buddies, and they would like be like, you know, strollering Theo around, and I would always say hello. And then we became pals, and they like at one point they were interviewing somebody in their booth. Like they were kind of doing like live podcasting or something. I don't know, but they needed a babysitter, and I was like, bring him over. Like, I got you. And I got to just like hang with Theo. And then I was just like taking selfies with the baby. And he was like the best baby too. He didn't cry.
Wow.
He was so chill. I cannot believe how well. I guess he was hyperstimulated. I mean, there was a lot going on.
I mean, that makes me want to go to AWP more than anything else I've heard. Like, oh, there's just loose babies hanging out that I could just like hang out with. I mean, that sounds fun.
And like, I think Mira, like we have this in common. We both really like babies.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody does. And I don't get that.
I don't get it at all. I see a baby and I'm immediately like, oh, look at the baby. Like if there's a party and there's a baby, I'm like, I'm going to befriend that baby. And I don't care about anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I kind of, it's like when somebody doesn't like dogs or cats, I'm kind of like, well, I don't know if I trust you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm far more suspicious of people who don't like babies, honestly. Like, not liking dogs or cats is suspicious, but some people had a bad experience with a dog or something like that. They just, like, don't want an animal in their house, fine. But babies? That's a human baby. Like, how can you not like it?
It's, like, unspoiled. And, like
yeah.
I was talking with Darina. I think it was Darina, or maybe it was Josh. But I got to hold Theo. And I was like... I caught myself like smelling the crown of his head. You know how little babies smell good? And then
they smell so good.
I feel like Joe Biden. I'm like sniffing somebody else's child.
Like if Joe Biden had only sniffed babies, I'd be like, that's totally fine. I totally get that. You just sniff their little heads and they just like, it does some biological fucked up thing to you where you're just like, oh my God, it's the best smell I've ever smelled in my life.
Well, they just smell so sweet. It's like the little shampoo smell and then their little hands, this tiny little fingernails, you know, like.
Oh my God, the tiny little fingernails.
Yeah. So it was very cool. It was actually good for my like mental health to have like access to a baby at the book fair.
I always felt like nannying was like one of the, like hanging out with like a baby or a toddler is like one of the few ways to like get out of a like depression or like a anxious episode like very quickly, because it's like suddenly not about you. It's suddenly only about the baby. Is the baby upset at what's happening to me? Doesn't matter. I need to deal with that.
That's a lot of pressure to put on a baby, Mira.
Yeah, it's up to the baby to solve my mental illness.
I'm suicidal. Help me.
Help me, do something.
There's like a 4-month-old blinking at you from a stroller.
It's like, who the fuck is this lady?
So, yeah, it was cool. I only like went out at night. Like I had dinner with some writer pals one night, which was great. And then otherwise I ate alone every single night. And I know that some people think that's weird. Like I love to eat alone.
I don't. I especially when you're like socializing that much, you kind of need your alone time.
That's what I was going to say. Like I'm on my feet talking for literally 8 hours straight, 3 days in a row. And so at night I would go to a restaurant and just sit at the bar and just, I don't know. I don't usually drink alcohol, but I had like a cold beer every night. It was great.
Yeah, you got to like wind down. That's what like you have like a office job where you're socializing all day. It's the same thing. You got to be silent and have a few small beers.
Just you're sitting at a bar. I guess it makes sense. And I'm on like I'm traveling. I'm like I'm the working man, just having a beer. You know,
it's Sensei from One Battle After Another. He knew it was a few small beers that fixes everything.
I had a few small beers, so it was good, and I'm glad I did it. I think that getting to see, I got to see Scott McClanahan and Juliet Escoria. They did a reading the last night. I went to that. Got to see some like old friends. And
love them. It's been a long time.
Yeah, Scott's reading, and I got to meet Ivan Gents. You know, do you know Ivan from the internet? Like Genc. I learned how to pronounce his name.
I believe he's a fan of the podcast, right?
Yeah, he's a super fan, and just like really, and he came all the way from Croatia.
And, whoa, holy shit.
Yeah, I got to meet Lucy Shaw in person for the first time.
I love Lucy.
She's so sweet.
I love Lucy.
Yeah, and Oscar D'Artois. I always like from her social media, she was always like posting these fabulous vacation photos in like Spain.
Yeah.
So I was like, God, she must have some kind of life, you know, but they live in Paris. I didn't realize this.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details, but I got to meet a lot of people like that. Sebastian Castillo, I got to meet. But the Zona Motel reading on the last night was in this really cool venue. And they did a great job. And then I went back to my room. I had to pack. And then it was daylight savings. It was just insult to injury. It was daylight savings on Saturday night going into Sunday. And I had to fly out at dawn.
Oh my God.
So I didn't even get to bed until like 1 a.m. And then I had to get up at like 4 a.m., but we sprang forward an hour. It was a fucking catastrophe. I was so tired on Sunday.
Jesus.
Yeah. And you would be proud of me, Mira. I binged like a lot of true crime shows. I don't know why, but
wow, that's you must have been really exhausted. Like your brain was in another area. You're like, I gotta check out of reality and check into a true crime show, which is me all the time.
Yeah, I think I watched one before I left, and I was like, oh, I actually like this because there's it's like a contained universe, and it usually has a resolution, like we found the killer, whatever, but I watched like a documentary or a docuseries on Gabby Petito.
That fucking case, that motherfucker, that fucking guy, and then the fucking cops who fucking saw them being fucking abused, and then they were just like, oh, like, you go sleep in the van, he can go sleep in a hotel. Fucking nightmare.
I feel like if you wore a blonde wig, you and Tyler could go as Gabby and what's his name for Halloween.
Get canceled for the rest of our lives.
And and I watched the one on Amanda Knox.
Oh yeah, also a fucking cops fucking up.
And I think I really liked the one on Kim Wall, that poor journalist who got killed by that Danish weirdo on that submarine. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right, she was like beheaded.
Just awful. Like people are like psychopathic nutters, and like none of the people around him knew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's so weird is that like. I guess there were clues with the benefit of hindsight, but people were genuinely shocked that this guy did this. And
yeah, being a woman in the world is like every man you meet. Oh, are they capable of beheading me? Maybe. That's pretty much like the entire experience of being a woman.
It's just awful. And then I watched this docuseries on Netflix called Sophie, which was about this this beautiful French woman who had married this like very high profile film producer, and they lived this kind of like upper crust Parisian life.
Uh-oh.
And then I think their marriage sort of went on the rocks. And then she had this like vacation home in West Cork in the south of Ireland. And it was like very remote and kind of coastal, but very remote. And she was murdered like brutally out in front of her house.
Jesus, in front of her house, Versace style.
I mean, like, but she was in the country. She was,
right.
Several steps away from her house and was kind of left there, and it's just awful. And it's a captivating docuseries.
Yeah, you had to check out reality. I can tell.
Yeah, and then I watched I watched a lot of this stuff because I had long flights and I had like loaded up this iPad that I subsequently returned. I downloaded all these things, which was great actually for the flight. And then I watched one about the Zodiac. Oh
yeah, love the Zodiac. That's the movie Zodiac. It's like a comfort movie. I've watched it like so many times.
Yeah, I've talked about this before, but I lived in San Francisco in 1976 and 1977.
Whoa.
So the visual, and I think David Fincher is like famous for being super like kind of like hyper focused on details, and he's a very type A filmmaker or like OCD filmmaker, but
yeah,
that film is a masterpiece. And when I watch it, because I was so young, I was like 2 and 3 years old when I lived in the Bay Area in the 70s. And yet when I watch that film, it awakens like sense memories in me that must have like, impressed themselves on my brain. Just the way the hills looked. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom must have been driving me around, but I don't have any. The only concrete memory, like semi-concrete memory I have at that time is eating dog food from a bag in somebody's garage.
Why?
It was like a neighbor. We were at a neighbor's house, and I think they had a dog. We didn't have a dog at that time. And I was like probably on my feet, and I just like reached into the bag and was like, my mom probably was like, ew. Or maybe she never knew. It's like kibble. I was eating kibble out of a bag.
Eating straight up kibble, and that's your only memory.
That's it. That's my memory of the Bay Area in the 70s. But so anyway, it was good. I did it. I left Carrie here at home solo with our children, and Twiggy. Did I tell you Twiggy has lupus?
No.
She's got like.
Is that the one where you lose your hair?
No, it's like she gets like this rash on her nose. We were like, why does she have this pink spot on her snout? She has like kind of this growth. And the vet was like, yeah, you got to give her steroids, but it's going to make her have to pee a lot. And it's going to make her like have to shit a lot. She's going to eat like voraciously. It's crazy. Like she's eating like wood chips. Like she can't get enough. And this is a dog that doesn't overeat. You know, she's just too skinny, like naturally.
She's got like pica, like that disease you get when you're pregnant. You want to eat like metal and like dirt.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. And I felt bad because Carrie's got the kids, and then the dog would be a handful anyway. But the dog has to like pee every 2 hours, and like
Jesus.
Yeah. So and that like apparently like Twiggy had like diarrhea the whole time I was gone.
So you left Carrie in hell.
I left her in pure hell. And Twiggy's also very attached to me. Like I'm her person 100%. I do everything for that dog. And so I think when I leave, it throws her for a loop. And interestingly, the diarrhea went away as soon as I got back.
It's like a diarrhea protest waiting for you to come back.
As soon as I returned, she was
She's like, I'm good now.
Yeah, I'm good. So I'm glad I did it, Mira. And I made it back, and like knock on wood, I don't think I caught anything. I was worried I was going to come back and like Carrie's going to be like, finally, you're home. And then I was going to be like, oh, by the way, I have the flu or whatever. But,
it's amazing you didn't get anything, honestly.
yeah, talking to all those people. And like the other part, the one thing I forgot to mention is that like a lot of people pitched me to be on the show, which I guess I should have anticipated, but I'm there to like kind of hawk my wares or whatever. And then on the first day, I was sitting down and somebody came up and was standing over me and just starts like yammering about their book. And that happened like another time or two before I finally realized that like I just have to be standing up because like they're standing over me, you know, and I'm sitting at this table and I'm just like,
corner you.
I can't move. And I'm just like, all right, I gotta have a different strategy. So I spent the rest of the time just on my feet all day long, because then I could at least like a boxer, I could like bounce around a little bit, move.
I don't think I'd be able to survive like one day of that.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, I get it. I don't want to make it. You know, I don't want to criminalize these people. They're at the book fair. I have a banner up for my show. They're an author. They're trying to. But it was just like a lot. I got a lot of that. And then people trying to give me their books, and I would have to say no because I can't pack them. And then people were just like leaving books on the table without like, and I wouldn't even remember having met them. I think they would just like drive by and just like leave. Like, what am I going to do with all these? And I had to leave them behind.
That's so weird.
I couldn't pack
weird.
them. I couldn't pack them. It was like I couldn't fit any. There were too many like leftover avocados to bring home. I couldn't fit these books in my bag. So
the avocados were far more important.
Actually, all of those were gone. I did not bring any produce home with me. I ate it all. So
well, that's good. At least you ate it all.
Yeah, I did. And I think like that. I think that eating the raw foods plus exercising each morning at dawn in the hotel gym is probably what saved me.
That's insane. That is what would kill me. I'm pretty sure. Like I would need to like go home every night, get room service, like smoke so much weed. Like the exact opposite of what you do to calm down.
So what about you, Mira? How did you do post migraine? Like, or what led to the migraine? Like what happened over the past week for you?
Well, so I'm pretty sure I know what led to the migraine. I went to the Frieze art fair, which I didn't and still kind of don't know anything about. My mother-in-law and brother-in-law were around and they were like, we want to go to this art fair. And so I got dragged there. And I shouldn't say dragged. I went voluntarily, I guess. And the Frieze art fair, it was in the Santa Monica airport. And like, I hate art now. I think art is bad and should maybe be illegal. Should probably be illegal. It's not good. The whole thing was terrible. It was like...
But we're talking about a specific kind of art. It's like high-end. Like,
all art is high-end. I mean, like, there's art that I like in the world. Fine, whatever. This made me feel like maybe the art that I like isn't worth the creation of this art. Like, maybe it should all be illegal, and then, like, the art that I like won't be there, but at least this other art also won't be there.
Yeah, this is why I like street art.
Like graffiti?
Yeah. Or like just like weird, like outsider stuff that happens. Like, but the stuff that you go by in a gallery, I'm like less interested.
I mean, there's stuff to like buy in a gallery even that I would like, but like this art fair, I guess it's like, it's very like Art Basel. Like these like art fairs must just be like a nightmare place. But it's like, I arrived and the first thing that I saw was I swear to fucking God, the American Express Black Card Champagne Lounge hosted by Deutsche Bank. First thing I saw.
Yeah, that's a bad
I
sign.
was like, holy shit. The champagne, you want to guess how much it cost?
I'm guessing upwards of like 25 or $30 a glass.
$37 for a glass of champagne.
What kind of champagne was it?
Fuck if I know. It's probably like some sponsored fucking, I'd never heard of it before. Like just some fucking thing. Like, and then like you get in there and there's like one of those like blinking like neon signs that says deport ice. And I'm like, okay, like that's, do you have to use the word, like really? Like I just like, come on, like deport ice. Like, oh, you think you're so fucking clever, your neon sign, your art school fucking bullshit. It's like everybody has like just gotten out of art school or something in like the worst possible way. Like, okay, like one of the first pieces that I saw was like, and I'm not sure like how to describe this to make you guys as angry as I was, but it was like 3 shelves and like floating shelves, and on each shelf was several sculptures of Erewhon smoothie bottles. So like, you know, like the glass bottles that like Erewhon sells like fucking $40 smoothies in. It was just sculptures of those, like extremely realistic.
Like, wait,
and that was the whole piece.
They were using the Erewhon bottles to make the sculpture, or they were sculptures?
No, it was like a clay sculpture, like clay sculptures, real size sculptures of Erewhon bottles. Like somebody had put a lot of time into sculpting all these Erewhon bottles. And like I took one look at it and I was like, is this making a commentary that I care about or is interesting? No. And then I said out loud, I'm going to kill myself in front of everybody here. Like loud enough for people to hear it.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable thinking about this. And it kind of makes me like the art trade, like especially, you know, where people are buying and selling art for lots of money and the artists are kind of art stars and, you know, the whole Art Basel, the whole thing.
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. And it kind of makes me think of like really high-end wine and people talking about wine. Almost nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. That's what I don't like. And yet
in any situation.
But yet they like to pretend they do because it's a status thing.
Yeah.
And they like to be there and be like looking at some fucking Erewhon sculpture and thinking that it's really cool when in fact they're just suckers.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And like they're like, I saw people like spending time like looking at it and like, like what is this all about? But like if your reaction is anything besides like looking at it for 5 seconds and then saying you want to kill yourself, like you're wrong. I'm sorry. And like that's it. Like there's nothing correct about your opinions ever again. So like my mother-in-law was there and she kind of like normally this would really bother me, but since in this particular situation it was pretty funny, she like looked at the art for about 4 seconds and then started like really loudly talking on speakerphone to like one of her employees, talking about how there was like, you know, something was like unacceptable and it was like like she was kind of like pissed on the phone and just walking through the middle of this art fair, just fucking like yelling at the, like just like not yelling, but like talking as loud as a person can possibly talk on speakerphone with someone talking back at her. And I was like, you know, far away pretending not to know her, but like really funny shit. Like people were like really giving her judgmental looks. And I was like, you go, Pamela. You just fucking, you keep it going. You keep being rude.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. The only interesting thing there was they had the Sultan photographs from the book The Valley, which is like photographs of like in the 90s, like homes where porn was filmed, but it had no pornographic content in it. So it has this kind of like porn vibe that you immediately pick up on without having any actual pornography in it. That was cool. But I was already a fan of those photographs. So that was literally it.
Who made them?
I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Sultan, Sultan. So, and it's called The Valley. It's a series. I recommend it. But yeah, it made me want to kill myself. I hate art now, and I'm 99% sure that's why I got a migraine. It was the next day when I got a migraine, and like it was almost immediate. I like woke up and I was like, I kind of have a headache. And then as the day went on, I was like, I still have a headache. Oh no, I've got a really bad headache. Oh no, I think I'm gonna throw up.
And then you reached out to me to tell me you were canceling.
Yeah, that's right.
We can blame it on the Frieze art fair.
That's right. That's right. We can blame it on the Frieze Art Fair. We can blame it on whatever evil person made those Erewhon sculptures. Really bad shit.
Wait, were there a lot of people there?
So many people. There were so many people there. I thought I was going to get sick. It was insane. It was fucking crowded. I don't understand how anybody liked any of this at all.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable thinking about it.
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable. I fucking hated it. But then, so it's been a big week for Mira. So on Wednesday, it was my younger sister's birthday. She is autistic and she's got a special interest in a couple of things, but Disneyland rides specifically, or just like rides at amusement parks in general, like how they work, is there a water feature? Is there a track? Is there no track or whatever? And they have some new trackless rides at Disneyland that she was very excited about. So we all went with her. It was one of the most exhausting experiences of my life.
Listen, I don't even want to hear it. As a parent of 2 kids, and living in Southern California, how many times I've been to Disneyland, and then my sisters come to town with their kids. Like in the last decade, I've probably been to Disneyland 10 times, at least once a year,
Well, as somebody who grew up in Southern California and was a nanny for 15 years, I've also spent my fair share of time at Disneyland as a child and as an adult. Maybe not quite as much as you, or maybe though, because I was here since I was a little kid. A lot of time at Disneyland.
By the way, it's not cheap to go to Disneyland.
No. Luckily, my parents were paying for it. Otherwise, I don't think I would go because it's like $100 a head. It's fucking insane.
More than that. Like if we take both of our kids and then Carrie and I for the day, we're not getting out of that park for like less than $1,000.
Oh yeah, like with food and all that shit, like you're fucked.
It's crazy. It's such, and I remember going when I was in college with my buddies. We were on a road trip and we dropped acid and went to Disneyland. And I distinctly remember the tickets being $30 to get in. And this was
that's fucking insane.
This would have been 1994.
I remember paying $200 for a season pass to Disneyland.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened to that?
Fucking crazy. But I have to admit, we went to the Star Wars land and we did the new ride that they have for Star Wars or whatever, which is, according to my sister, a trackless ride. It was
what does that even mean? It's not like on a little rail. Like you're not like.
Yeah, there's no track. So it's just ground and the car just moves around autonomously, I guess. So it kind of lets you it allows the car to spin around a lot more and do more movements where you're going backwards and all kinds of crazy shit like that.
Okay.
But no one's died on this ride yet. They had, okay, remind me, what are the names of the big elephant-looking robots?
Oh, God.
It's
Tauntauns or no,
AT-ATs.
AT-ATs, that's right.
Yes,
yeah.
They had full-sized, real-sized AT-ATs. It was really insane. I felt like River. I was oh my God, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I don't even like Star Wars.
Yeah, how high were you at Disneyland? I have to believe you went for it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think over the course of the day it was 400 or 500 milligrams, something like that. I was I was high as a fucking kite. And then I gave half an edible, 25, 50 milligrams to my stepdad, who has a slightly lower tolerance than me because he's used to 1970s weed. And I gave it to him and he just started kind of pointing to things that he saw and just saying it out loud. He'd be oh, Darth Vader, rock.
Did you
roller coaster?
Did you see Chewbacca when you were in Star Wars Land?
I did, but then I got scared because I thought it was the Matterhorn Bigfoot, and so I ran away crying.
You didn't get a selfie with any of the characters or anything?
I was way too high for that, Brad. I'm not gonna go fight through a crowd of children to get a selfie with Chewbacca when I look like I am a fucking lizard. No. Yeah,
last time we were there, Chewbacca snubbed River. Did I remember?
Wow.
I think I might have sent you the video.
Yeah, rude.
I was so pissed, but I think the poor bastard in that costume was probably hot. It was summertime. He was just over it.
I was thinking that when you go onto the Star Wars ride, the idea is that you're ship has been taken over by the bad guys or whatever. And so all the people on the ride, like all the cast members get to be really mean to you. Like they're like, oh, like go over there, like put your least favorite person in the other car. Like, and to me, that seems like the best job at Disneyland because you don't have to be nice. You can just be an asshole to everybody who you hate and it's fine.
Yeah. They'll talk about people who must be over it. But I got to say, they do make those employees put on a smile. Like there's a lot of good cheer, or at least like they're more polite than the people who worked at my hotel. Let's put it that way.
Probably paid better, but not by much. It was it was insanely exhausting. I walked I think I looked at my phone. It was like a little over 8 miles.
Good for you.
Throughout the day. I was limping the next day. I'm not kidding. I was literally limping the next day. Yeah, almost died. I do hate to say it, but they put a trench coat on Jessica Rabbit so that she's not as slutty. So they are slut shaming Jessica Rabbit, which is a shame. She deserves to be a Disney princess. But they slut shame. So that's pretty much.
Did you stay until the fireworks went off and like do the whole thing?
No, we got there at like 11 or something like that. And then we left like right before the fireworks happened because we like didn't want to get caught in like a big ass line or crowd or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. That's like, and it's not easy to get to your car. You got to take that train back to your car, or no, I guess you walk. I don't know, but it's
no, you take the tram thing. They're like, you take the tram to Mickey and Friends parking structure.
Oh God.
So that was my week. It was incredibly exhausting, I gotta be honest, but I feel somewhat recovered at least. So there's that.
Oh, you were exhausted. I'm glad to hear.
I didn't have to go to AWP.
I was going to say, I'm glad to hear you recovered after going to a high-end art fair in Disneyland.
Yeah, poor me, right? God, it was so rough.
The happiest place on earth, and like the most concentrated,
the least happy place on earth.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, the kind of people who are like, yeah, I'm going to go to the Frieze art fair. And do they buy shit there, or is it just like a museum?
You can buy shit, I guess, like if you want to, if you're like really, really rich. I don't know why you would though.
Yeah, it's like, and this stuff gets traded from rich person to rich person to rich person.
It's a good way to store money.
Just store money and like have it on your wall at your house, or like a lot of times they buy these things and just put them in storage.
Yeah, it's just like a way to like have money in a fucking vault.
And to say that you own it, you know?
Yeah. A lot of people have like recreations that they hang in their house and then keep the real one in storage, which is psychotic.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. So
I believe we have a Angry Adam this week. It is technically from last week. So
let's see.
We'll see if it's still relevant.
Let's see how Angry Adam ages.
It's either like cheese or like milk. I guess we'll see.
Hey guys, it's Angry Adam. Brad, you're probably in Baltimore right now, reenacting certain scenes from The Wire, hopefully barricaded in a crack house somewhere. But I cannot believe listening to you how hard it is for you to like conceive of going to AWP. You're not launching a fucking rocket, dude. You're just going to Baltimore for a fucking trade show for a couple days. Get a grip. If you need some help, I know a service animal, and you just have to feed her 100 milligrams of THC a day, and she'll sit in at your table and piss in a jar for you and make sure that nobody steals your valuable deep dive brochures. Dude, you're going to go to the bathroom. You're going to eat. Like, this is not Mount Everest. Just take a deep breath. Relax. You got this. We all are going to be there for you. I think your next course on deep dive should be in making to-do lists, because I think you're overthinking this big time. Mira, I don't know what to say to you. Keep eating gummies you find on the ground. I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen to you. It's not like weed isn't legal in LA and you can't get it on any store. But anyway, guys, love you. Bye.
All right.
Surprisingly relevant, actually.
I didn't pee one day, in my defense. There was a day where I did not pee the whole day.
That's so psychotic, and you're going to get a UTI, and I do not recommend it.
I didn't. The thing is that like it wasn't like I was like squirming. I wasn't like, it wasn't a problem. It just was one of those things where like all of a sudden it was 5 o'clock and I was like, oh my God, I haven't peed all day.
That's completely insane. Did you drink water?
Yeah, I tried to. I brought like I brought 2 big bottles of water every day.
That's really insane.
And I took a lot of cough drops. I had like Ricola.
Why?
Just because like I was talking so much.
That's probably like what kept you going.
And they're kind of minty. And I'm talking to people. I always have to make sure I have mints. I'm not going to like, not that I'm like breathing on people, but you know what I'm saying? Like your mouth gets dry. It's too much. I had water. I had mints. I had cough drops. And
you were prepared.
I wanted to do a good job. I wanted it to be a pleasant experience at my booth.
Was it pleasant?
You have to ask the people who were there.
So to get into our pop culture news for the day, this one we should get past pretty quickly because technically we are a pop culture podcast, and so we're not supposed to cover the imminent Armageddon. But it does feel like we do need to mention it really quickly, which is that Trump has started World War III to distract from the fact that he is a pedophile rapist.
Yeah, I find it depressing that this is not more of a national emergency. The fact that this guy is like abusing children, there's lots of like compelling evidence. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, I do feel like you need to get on Twitter. It's like, it's an emergency there. Everyone's like, left and right are just like, I feel insane because like I'll talk about the Epstein files and people will look at me like I'm just like the biggest conspiracy theorist, schizophrenic, maniac. And
yeah,
like,
I'm glad they're talking about it.
I mean, it's like, I think about Watergate and it's like, we get like 5 Watergates every 24 hours. And it's like, well,
yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I find it annoying that I am being made to feel like a crazy person for talking about the Epstein files and like sounding the alarm. Like, but that's where we're at. Like a feature, like a fundamental feature of the era that we're living through is that you have to be willing to talk about like the worst shit imaginable on a daily basis. And you have to be willing to annoy people with it.
I mean, it's good for me because I've had like many years of experience of being a really, really annoying person. And so it's, for me, it's easy. Yeah, I mean, like being annoying, not being an optimist, like talking about things nobody wants to hear about. Like I was made for this moment.
Take over. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like we have to keep talking about it.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think you need to go back to Twitter where people are talking about this stuff because like Blue Sky is not going to do it for you. At least Twitter will make you feel like there's some people there who are feeling as insane as you.
I feel like I'm scared of Twitter though because of Elon. I feel like they're going to track me or something if I go back on there.
Oh, and Blue Sky's not tracking you?
Blue Sky would never track me, Mira.
They're one of the good ones.
Blue Sky is run by a benevolent group of, I think, isn't it Twitter people who started Blue Sky? Former Twitter people? I don't know.
Yeah, a benevolent group of billionaires who formerly ran the website where you're afraid you're going to get tracked.
They have my best interest at heart, and I trust them with my life.
So, first story of the day, besides World War III, is that somebody fired shots at Rihanna's house. Some maniac from Florida fired shots at Rihanna's house with a AR-15, which is fucking crazy. Like, thank God no one got hurt. And can you imagine if all at the same time, World War III started, the president's a pedophile, and Rihanna got shot?
And Mira flaked on last week's episode because she had a migraine.
That's right. It would have been, I mean, everybody would have just fucking fallen apart. Whole world dead before Trump can kill everybody.
So wait,
rough.
This woman who did this shooting, she brings an AR-15 in from Florida. Is that what she does?
Yeah, apparently. And shot at Rihanna's house. I mean, I have to imagine there's like a pretty big perimeter around her house to like, they probably were outside of the perimeter, but still an AR-15, like that's fucking crazy.
She truly is like, I mean, her kids were home.
I think everybody was home.
I don't think, what's his name?
Right. ASAP wasn't there.
ASAP wasn't there. Is that what you call him ASAP? I never know what to call
ASAP Rocky, ASAP. I don't know.
I can call him Rocky, but I don't know if I'm calling him
Rocky.
ASAP. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like it would have, thank God, like this story would have been like horrific if anybody had gotten shot because you get hit by a bullet from an AR-15, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, you're fucked. I mean, you're exploded. That would have been really fucking bad. I mean, it makes me think about like Chapel Roan saying, I can't remember who she said it to her, but a pop star, when she got really famous, said to her, the best advice that I can give you is to spend more than you want to on security. And I see why. I do.
Thank God we're just podcasters, Mira.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank God you didn't join One Direction when you had the opportunity.
I gave it some thought.
A massive pop star.
I gave it a lot of thought. I slept on it for a weekend, but then turned it down.
Yeah, then they got Harry Styles, so it all worked out in the end.
He's very attractive. I think I feel like he has like great tattoos, and he's like, he's got his fitness is, he's got it going on.
Yeah, he is incredibly attractive. His new album, I haven't listened to it at all yet, but it does appear to be, at least in part, a lot of the songs about Taylor Swift and their relationship, which is interesting.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
I'll send you the lyrics I've been seeing.
A lot of Carrie's friends lust after him.
He's a very like middle-aged women finding him attractive kind of guy, like for sure. Like I find him attractive too, but like my strange bisexual father is also incredibly attracted to him.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Because like all these women who are like twice his age are like,
yeah,
I would crawl across broken glass for one night.
I mean, we've talked about it before, but middle-aged women love a man who can dance and who can sing.
That's true. And like, I think his fashion, like there's something sort of androgynous about like his whole thing. And
yeah, he's got kind of like a vaguely bisexual thing going on. Ladies love that.
Good for Harry.
Yeah, good for Harry. And speaking of pop stars, our next story is about Britney Spears, my favorite, my main bitch, Britney. She got a DUI. So she was driving in Ventura, and she got herself a DUI. She was pulled over.
Wait. She's in Ventura?
Yeah, that I can't really explain why she's in Ventura.
She was on Ventura Boulevard, or she was in like Ventura County, like Ventura?
Like in Ventura County, Ventura.
Okay.
Like maybe she was on her way to Esalen.
Or, yeah. I just feel like if she's hanging in Ventura, like something's not right. What is she doing in Ventura?
She might have been on her way to Esalen to do a spiritual retreat, Don Draper style. You never know, Brad.
She needs to meet a shaman. I hope she's trying to get to a shaman.
So, yeah. So she, here's what's bothering me about this whole story. She was under the legal limit, okay, and had some prescribed Adderall in her bag. That's it. That's much worse than I am everyday podcasting.
But if she's under the legal limit, then why did she get arrested?
Because she's Britney Spears?
But that she didn't break the law.
Yeah, but like they can like arrest you for anything. If they suspect that you're under the influence, they can arrest you.
Well, then
she was arrested for, suspicion of being under a DUI, and she had like one glass of wine.
I don't know about that. I want to read up. I didn't see that.
0.6, 0.8 is the limit. She was at 0.6. They did a blood test and everything.
Yeah, but the thing is that she presents, like, I feel like we've been building to this. Like, right? We've been talking about Britney on this show for a long time and how, like, worried we are about her. She's getting increasingly nutty on Instagram, and now she's finally gotten in trouble with the law. Like, maybe this will be what saves her.
I mean, you think the cops are going to save her by giving her a DUI?
No, but it's just like a public, like she can't like avoid it. Like I don't know. She needs professional help. I think we can agree. And
can we?
Of her performance was, I don't care. All I care about is Britney's well-being. And how dare anyone out there make fun of Britney after all she's been through?
Listen, I feel bad for the girl. I'm not trying to deny that she's been through a lot. Who is that?
Leave Britney alone.
Yeah, leave her alone. I think she should be left alone by the paparazzi. I think she should be left alone by parasites in her life who are, operating without her best interests at heart. But
I think she should be left alone by the police. ACAB includes those guys.
But maybe she needs to have some people around her who can help her manage herself and can help her.
Like a conservatorship?
I don't know. By the way, I'm trying to put Mira into a conservatorship just so she can be on time for the podcast every week.
All right, look, it's fine to be in a conservatorship for me personally because I don't like having responsibilities, but I do need to be allowed to do drugs.
I'm going to limit
as long as
you.
we have that.
No, I'm going to also cap your daily THC intake at 500 milligrams.
Yeah, that's unacceptable, and I will fight this to the furthest extent of the law.
Yeah, and this will be the dawn of the Free Mira movement online.
Look, Britney has had a hard life, all right? She's had a hard time. If she wants to dance with knives and she wants to do a little Adderall and she wants to have one glass of wine before she starts driving and remain under the legal limit, I think it's fine.
Well,
no
okay.
one's trying to put Azealia Banks in a conservatorship.
But wait. Like, this is the thing. Britney's in this conservatorship. We don't really hear much from her. She seems like she's like relatively sane and healthy. I don't know. But we don't hear like this kind of stuff. And then there's the whole Free Britney thing. And like the public gets behind her being liberated from this conservatorship. I think I even got caught up in it. I was like, yeah, let her go. She's 40. Makes sense.
Let her go. She's 40.
But then they let her go. And like a week later, she's like dancing with knives on Instagram. And it just has gotten weirder and weirder ever since then.
Azealia Banks danced with knives on Instagram.
Yeah, but nobody cares about her. Who is she anyway? Like I think people have genuine affection for Britney. Like you grew up with her.
Yeah, I love Britney. I saw her in Vegas before I knew that it was like, you know, a abuse situation. I saw her on the Oops, I Did It Again tour. First concert I ever saw.
Yeah, I feel like Kanye needs a conservatorship.
Yeah, Kanye needs a fucking conservatorship. He's the one going out here and like making swastika shirts and being like, I hate the Jews. And he was a Jewish doctor. Like, fucking put his ass in a conservatorship. Fucking take his money. Like Kim be in charge of it. He's fucking out of his goddamn mind. And now he's like, oh, I love the Jews, actually. Like, now that they're like bombing everybody in Israel, like, actually, I think the Jews are great.
And I saw that he's going to be playing SoFi Stadium. Like, he can still sell out SoFi Stadium after all this craziness.
Yep. I have a shirt that an ex-boyfriend got me from the Yeezus tour that is like incredibly racist. And that was like 2012. It's like a fucking skull with like Native American headdress on it. Yeah,
I think it just brings to mind the fact that lots of people in Hollywood need conservatorships.
True.
Like arguably could be placed under conservatorship and would be better. Everyone would be better off rather than having these people at large.
I mean, if Britney Spears was just a little bit more media trained, nobody would be saying to put her in a conservatorship.
Incidentally, Shia LaBeouf has reportedly reached out to Britney to offer his advice and counsel and friendship.
But then he got too scared because Britney is surrounded by too many gay men.
Yeah. Did you see that where he's like, I'm scared of gay men like touching me? Yeah,
he's like, I'm afraid of gay men, which, I mean, gay men can be really scary. I get it. They can really like read you up and down and kind of like ruin your self-esteem. So that's fair.
Well, I mean, maybe because he's a celebrity. And I think Shia LaBeouf is attractive to a certain person. I mean, he's not an ugly.
Okay, let's not justify him saying that he's afraid of gays.
No, I'm just saying that like when you're a celebrity, I mean, he's hammered in the French Quarter, but I could see instances where maybe he's got people who are getting handsy with him and maybe he was speaking to that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's no. Nope.
By the way, I think Britney and Shia could potentially be a match made in heaven.
Yeah, for like a dual suicide.
Well, look, she's from Louisiana. She could move down to the French Quarter. They could go out together. They could be roommates even and do a reality show.
Just terrorize the French Quarter together.
I'll say this. I hope both of them find peace and wellness. I'm genuinely worried about Britney. I don't want to see something bad happen to her. That'd be so sad.
Yeah, it would be really sad to see something bad happen to her. And I guess it wouldn't be that sad to see something bad happen to Shia LaBeouf, but I don't wish it on him.
I think they're both like flagrantly mentally ill and we're watching them like melt down in public. And it's like, get these people the help that they need. But like,
yeah, I mean, Shia LaBeouf is like a confirmed abuser also, which is like a little bit different, I guess. And I wouldn't wish that upon Britney.
Yeah. I don't want her. I mean, I'm joking when I say they would be a match made in heaven. I don't want
I would fucking hope so.
Yeah. I don't want her hanging out with Shia. I think Shia Shy needs to get sober, and he just needs like deep therapy. Wasn't he abused as a kid? Clearly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's like abused the shit out of his like wives and girlfriends. Like he needs medication and therapy and maybe jail.
But remember, he sometimes does cool, weird shit. Like, remember when he had that, like, he opened up that gallery space and he just sat there and let people insult him or whatever?
You thought that was cool?
I don't know. I was like,
that was shit. That was so stupid.
At least he's keeping it weird.
It's like fucking Maria Abramovic did it first. And she didn't have a bag over her head.
Oh, yeah. He put a bag over his head.
Yeah. It's like said, like, I'm no longer famous or something. It was like something so stupid.
God, if that was happening today, you and I would have to go to that.
Would we?
I think just as like a professional obligation for this show, as hosts of this show, we would be obligated.
I would take the bag off his head.
I don't know what I would do. I couldn't sit there and insult him. Or was that a requirement? You had to insult Shia? I can't remember.
I don't know if it was a requirement or if people were just doing it, but I certainly would like probably try to just like provoke him until he attacked me or something and then sue. Get that money.
I'd be begging him to get help.
So our next story, speaking of needing help, that's a transition.
That works.
That's something. So this week I've been watching, and last week I've been watching the new Ryan Murphy, John F. Kennedy Jr., Carolyn Bessette show.
What's it called?
It's called Love Story.
Oh, right.
So it's it's about JFK Jr., who is JFK and Jackie O's son was, and then his wife, Carolyn Bessette, later Carolyn Bessette Kennedy.
And I got to say, I have not watched this. I think it's on Hulu, right? Is it on Hulu?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have Hulu, but I have been unable over the past like week to 10 days to escape the clips and the social media memes. Like, this show is a sensation.
Yeah, it's a sensation. People are losing their minds over it. They're like rediscovering Carolyn Kennedy and like,
but why
Carolyn Bessette? Why
is it so popular? Like, is it good?
Like, no. I mean, it's like very well cast. The acting is pretty good. Like, Ryan Murphy loves to do this thing where like he comes out with like 25 of the worst television shows you've ever seen in your life, and then he comes out with like the OJ show and you're like, this is actually pretty good, or like the Monica Lewinsky Clinton show and you're like, this is actually pretty good. Love Story is not quite as good as those two shows, just because like I feel like it's not as interesting of a story, really. Like it probably was at the time in the like tabloids and stuff, but you know, it's like a couple who's like very tumultuous. But I mean, it's interesting. It's
about the hottest Kennedy by far. I mean, John was the hottest Kennedy. I think we can all agree.
He was? Was he really?
Yes.
Hotter than JFK?
Yes. He had like JFK was a very dashing, debonair, handsome guy, but John is like the Kennedy Bouvier like amalgam. And and then he had this very fashionable, like beautiful, coked up 90s bride. And, you know, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but I feel like she was coked up, I think, right?
She was famously coked up. And like, I have a theory about her being a fashion icon also. She was not actually stylish. She was just thin and blonde and didn't have a nose job. That's it. Besides that, she wore like nice jeans and like a coat. She probably had a good tailor. Like, besides that, it's just like heroin fucking chic or cocaine chic, like just blonde, skinny, no nose job.
I think she was beautiful.
She was gorgeous.
Yeah, the big blue eyes. And I like that she's like smoking parliaments. It's very reminiscent of my youth.
It's so chic. It's so chic to be like somebody who's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Carolyn Bessette was chic. I don't think that she was a fashion icon. I think she was like an icon of like coolness and of like chicness, you know, of like walking around and being sort of like vaguely European seeming, even though you're not. But besides that, like her outfits were pretty boring. Her wedding dress was boring as fuck.
I don't know enough about that part of it, but it definitely brings me back. Like, that's what it was like in the 90s. People smoking, people drinking. And they were a big deal. I remember that summer when they died. God, that was so dark. I was in Boulder that summer. That was 99. I think
probably.
I think it was. Yeah. I would have been in Boulder And
I was 7.
Mira didn't even know who they were.
Didn't even barely knew what like a horse was. I was 7.
But were they like, and they were a good couple? Like that's the thing, because I feel like this show intimates that they were like volatile. I guess
they were very volatile.
Okay.
Like famously volatile. Like there's like those photos. See, this is another chic thing about Carolyn Bessette is that she married a Kennedy and then decided to beat him in public in a park.
She beat him in a park?
Okay, beat him is like maybe. Then again, I don't know. There was like she kind of like they were having some kind of fight in Battery Park. Battery Park. And like she kind of like started like shoving him and he was kind of like trying to like push her away. And then kind of like he started like walking fast like ahead of her and she was like, stop. And then she ran at him full speed and tackled him from the back. Like there's photos of her like literally like jumping on him. So like
in a hostile manner.
Yeah. Like in a hostile manner, in like an angry manner. And then like 20 minutes later, there's photos of them sitting on the curb smoking and her like embracing him. Like that was their relationship.
He was smoking?
She was smoking.
Yeah. And because the thing is, all this talk.
I think he smoked too, though.
I don't know. I don't imagine him as a smoker. He's too handsome and healthy looking to be like a smoker and somebody doing cocaine. But
it does. Every single celebrity that you've ever seen in your life is a smoker who does cocaine.
I don't know. Maybe for a minute, maybe here and there. But I feel like he would be president right now if he had survived. He was so destined to lead us out of the darkness.
I mean, he was like kind of a failure though. Like he like couldn't pass the bar.
He would have gotten around that eventually. And it doesn't even matter like whether or not he was a success or a failure. I mean, he had this enormous pressure on him, this legacy just like planted on him from the day he was born. But he was so transcendently handsome that I feel like if he had run for anything, people on both sides of the aisle would have just been like, okay, forget it. Like, just let him be the guy. just so we can
like give up, whatever.
Yeah, just so like he can represent our country and like we can just look at him.
I mean, he's like the most coked up Kennedy. Like,
how do we know? Do we know for sure that he was doing lots of blow? I mean, do we have it like on the record?
I mean, do we know for sure that Trump is a pedophile? Like, that's about how sure we are that he was doing cocaine.
Damn.
Like, they were doing like cocaine, like for sure they were doing cocaine and like arguably doing it like when he fucking flew the plane into the ground and killed everybody. I mean, like yeah, they were doing big time coke. It was like a whole fucking situation. And like, that is how people were beautiful back in the day. You were like more beautiful if you were doing cocaine.
I guess I didn't do a lot of cocaine back in the day. Maybe that was my problem.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you would be like, you know, as handsome as John if you had done cocaine when you were younger. You never know.
Just that head of hair. Like, what the fuck? He had that beautiful head of hair.
You love a good head of hair on a man. You're a big fan of that.
I mean, just to be born like that. I mean, he was truly like, if you were to search the earth, like you run a modeling agency and you're like, we've got to find the handsomest male model on the planet. And you search the earth and then, you know, you had your employees go out and scout, and then they had to reduce the candidates down to like the top 25. He would be in that top 25. He was
even like without the Kennedy name.
Yes. He's that handsome, I think. Like, right?
That's wild. I mean, I guess like the Kennedys did like a really weird thing where I feel like they did kind of like incidental eugenics. Like they like, it'd be like a Kennedy man would like pick a woman. Like you see like Lee Radziwill or Carolyn Bessette or Carol Radziwill or even Jackie O. Like they all had weird fucking faces, gorgeous women, every single one of them, but they were all kind of like horsey or like squish faced sort of. But then their children end up being like the most attractive people you've ever seen because they have like an exact perfect balance of features from them dating this weird looking girl.
Well, yeah, I'm fascinated by the Bouvier Kennedy combo.
God, same. I mean, that my Halloween costume this year was little Edie Beale. I'm fascinated by the Bouviers, of course. I think that's why Jack Schlossberg will probably never be a politician because little Edie is just sort of using him as a meat puppet. He's so little Edie. But so this week, Daryl Hannah posted a op-ed in the New York Times, published an op-ed.
Well, wait, and Daryl Hannah famously dated John before he met Carolyn.
Before he met Carolyn, exactly, and was arguably still dating, or not arguably, he was still dating Daryl Hannah when they met. But then Carolyn Bessette and him didn't start dating until after him and Daryl Hannah broke up. So the beginning of the show shows him dating Daryl Hannah at first and having not met Carolyn Bessette yet. And it's tough because, like, I love Daryl Hannah. I think she's incredible. The actress who they got to play her was, like, insanely good. Like, she looked just like Daryl Hannah. She did the voice exactly correct. Like, just, I don't think they could have found somebody better to play Daryl Hannah. Having said that, she was portrayed as very fucking annoying. Like, very annoying. Like, she was constantly kind of like, John, like, where are you going? Like, what's going on? Like, I want to come with you. Like, wait, why are you leaving? I want to do cocaine. Like, she just kind of was, like, really irritating in the show. And then they also portrayed her as being just like a cokehead, like having like coke parties in the house when John was out and just kind of like being like a tabloid issue with the amount of drugs that they were doing and things like that.
Okay. So, and like Daryl Hannah saying, no, this is like, and I've heard this from Jack Schlossberg too, that it's like.
In the op-ed, she says she's never done cocaine. Which, like, come on, girl. Like, I was with her until she said that. And now I'm like, all right, like, you really expect us to believe that? I was ready to believe all the other stuff.
Listen, some people don't do cocaine, Mira. You might be surprised to learn.
Oh, Daryl Hannah has never done cocaine. Yeah, some people haven't done cocaine. I'm sure there's some people who haven't done cocaine. Daryl Hannah has done cocaine.
I think she might be a shy, like, kind of like reserved person. Maybe it's possible.
She was dating John Kennedy.
I'm not sure if he did cocaine. All over
the tabloids.
Did he really do cocaine? Do we know?
I mean, yes. Like, you know how, like, we have the theory of gravity, and it's, like, technically a theory, but, like, we know it to be true? That is John and cocaine.
I bet he had,
He dated Madonna.
Oh, he did, huh?
Yeah. You think he wasn't doing cocaine?
I feel like she's kind of a straight arrow, too, but maybe I'm wrong.
Are you out of your mind? Have you ever seen her sex book?
Is she doing cocaine in the book?
Yeah, everyone's doing cocaine in the book. Everyone is showing their dick and doing coke off dicks and just like all kinds of shit.
Okay. All right.
I think you don't have a good sense of like whether or not people have done cocaine.
So here's a question, because I have not seen this show. I think I've seen some of the speculation on the internet, but do we believe, obviously their lives were tragically cut short when they died in this plane crash, but do we believe that—
Which was all John's fault, by the way. He fucking murdered them.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, but it was also like really bad luck, because he was a good pilot, but he wasn't like trained.
He was a shit pilot and it was bad weather.
Well,
and he didn't have his license fully yet.
Well, he wasn't like instrument trained, was my understanding, but he also got caught in like this unbelievable fog. And
right, but they knew the fog was going to happen.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. He should have stayed closer to the land and
cokehead.
He was coked up when he was flying?
I mean, we don't know for sure, but like him and Carolyn were coked the fuck up, like coked up to the gills.
Jesus Christ. See, this
like
is
the family kind of blamed it on Carolyn, but like clearly JFK Jr. was also doing like a bunch of cocaine. While
piloting an aircraft?
Maybe he wasn't on cocaine while piloting it, but he very well could have.
So it doesn't say, I mean, was the relationship was volatile. You don't think that had they survived, it would have lasted?
Oh, definitely not. No, I think they were like talking divorce, like before they died. It was like theoretically a subject. I mean, I read in the unsubstantiated gossip column that it's a rumor that she got 2 abortions while with John.
Really?
So like clearly shouldn't want to continue the Kennedy name, which I think is also part of why John's sister really, really hated her. Besides the fact that she walked on the beach in heels, which Caroline Kennedy thought was so tacky that she hated her afterwards.
God, I would die like trying to integrate myself into a family like that with like all
Oh my God. There's this episode, which I think is the best episode of the show so far, where she, Carolyn Bessette and John go to Hyannisport to meet for Carolyn Bessette to meet Ethel Kennedy and like the other Kennedys for the first time. Ethel Kennedy being like a notorious cunt. Like Jackie O was nice and actually liked Carolyn Bessette, but fucking Ethel Kennedy was like a massive cunt. And so there's this scene where Carolyn Bessette wakes up and like John is off playing golf or something. And she comes downstairs and she goes up to Ethel and she's like, hey, is there any way I could get a cup of coffee? And Ethel is like, well, coffee is served at breakfast and you didn't sign up for the breakfast sign up. And then you see like a chalkboard behind her and it's like breakfast sign up. And it's got like everybody's name on it, including John, but not her own.
Oh.
That would be enough for me to break up with him that instant. I'd be like, you didn't put me on the breakfast sign up. I'm fucking out. I'm fucking leaving you and you're never going to hear from me again.
Yeah, I would just get out of there. I'd go back to New York.
I'd run to New York. I would like run the whole distance. I would need to get out of there just ASAP instantly.
I'd be like, listen, I've got some avocados in my room. I'm just going to go sit down.
I'm just going to go eat those until I have to leave. Yeah. People scare me.
I've got 6 dozen tangerines in my bag. And,
this show like really made me understand that Ryan Murphy is remarkably unafraid of being haunted. Like, these people are probably turning in their fucking graves. Like, what has Ryan Murphy done to our legacy? If ghosts exist, they're haunting Ryan Murphy.
I had that same thought. Like, I don't know how you do this to the dead, especially like nice people. I mean, they were nice people. I know they had their flaws or whatever, but these are like...
They were nice, generally speaking. They didn't like do anything horrible.
No, and they had this awful, tragic end. And they're like, Carolyn Bessette was only 33 years old.
Yeah, like tragic family, tragic end. And like, family that is still alive, and like we will remember that, was it Tatiana Schlesberg died of cancer recently? Like,
yeah, that family,
that is a family marred with tragedy.
Yeah, and so that's the thing, and like, so I get that, like, you're going to take some creative license when you're doing like a biopic or any kind of series about somebody operating biographically, but it sounds like he just made shit up in a way that was like really to kind of make it tawdry. And
I mean, there's like not a ton, honestly, there's not a ton of made up shit in there. It's more just like making it like dramatizing it, you know, like having her like go to the Hyannisport thing and like Ethel Kennedy being a huge cunt, where it's like, yeah, we know that to be true basically, but like maybe she didn't actually knock it out to the breakfast sign up, like things like that. The one thing that I will say was like a total fabrication that I thought was genuinely fucked up, and I'm surprised Daryl Hannah wasn't more upset by it, is that the show showed Daryl Hannah crashing Jackie O's funeral, which never ever happened.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Why would you do that? I guess just for ratings or drama.
Yeah. I mean, the cocaine was like the least of my issues with the portrayal of Daryl Hannah.
Well, I think that I'm an optimist. I think John and Carolyn would have worked out their differences and they would have made it. They would have sobered up. They would have grown up. They would have had beautiful children, and we would be like, I guess their kids now would be probably going to college.
Probably out of college, but like going to college, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God only knows what kind of gorgeous spawn they would have produced.
I mean, they'd be influencers, probably.
Yeah, that's right. They would be on TikTok right now. Think of the world we would be living in.
Oh, yeah. They'd be like walking out of the Birkin store and there'd be like, you know, paparazzi all over the place.
Just President John and First Lady Carolyn. We wouldn't have this fucking child rapist in the office now. Man,
the Bessettes would be like associated with the Kennedys the same way the Radzewills are.
I mean, yeah. So, it's what could have been. And
it's what could have been.
We love you, John. We love you, Carolyn. We love you, Lauren.
It's Lauren. Oh, sorry. It's her sister who died.
How dare you, Mira?
Well, on that note, thank you for listening, and I'm happy to be back. And bye-bye.